This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about AJ Brown. Yes, he fired back at the haters who said something about him reading the book on the sideline. Also, Jalen Hurts is just strictly all about winning. Lastly, Zack Baun speak a little bit about the Nakobe Dean situation, and it seemed like he's heartbroken for Nakobe Dean. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, shout out to BetUS, today's sponsor. Use promo code YouTube150. Get 150% boost on your first deposit. On your next 225%. Use promo code, again, YouTube150. And you can use this promo code up to $2,000 so you could get your free deposits, man. Come on, man. Use promo code U2150 on BetUS, man. Shout out to BetUS. All right. So before we hop straight into the topics, let's talk about a few things. So Tim McManus put out an article about Nick Sirianni. It was so cool because a lot of people say, what is Nick Sirianni about? Or why is he the head coach? And it's just the little things he do. Like the article mentioned how Jordan Mailata, father, after the Super Bowl, had a heart attack, and Jordan Mailata and Nick Sirianni talked about it, and Nick Sirianni asked about Jordan Mailata's father, and it seemed like Jordan Mailata's father is in a better space, but it's good that Nick Sirianni remembered these things and just connect them with the players. It also mentioned like Isaiah Rodgers, mentioned Jalen Hurts, and it mentioned a couple guys. Milton Williams, I believe, mother, I could be wrong, had like breast cancer or something in that matter. And Nick Sirianni frequently check up on Milton Williams, ask how his mother doing. And Milton Williams in the article was saying like, I don't even know how he knew this, but it's cool. Like your head coach, don't just care about the things on the field. On the field is important to us as fans, but these players are people and go through real things. We fan out over them and they perfect to us, but they go through real things. And it's cool that Nick Sirianni, look out for these guys to treat them like they're human and not just, chess pieces on the board. So again, shout out to Nick Sirianni. And also, I want to talk about Shawn Smith. Who the hell is Shawn Smith? Y'all know, Eagle Owl know him personally. Just kidding, I don't. But it's the referee from the Washington game. Remember, he ejected C.J. Gardner-Johnson and giving us all these personal fouls or whatever. Whatever he was doing, it felt like he rigged the game. Let's be honest. It got that feeling. But he will be the ref versus the Rams, Eagles versus Rams. And all I can say about the Eagles, they know who the ref is. They just got to keep it composed. They got to keep their composure because we see how he called games. He don't like the bantering or anything like that. That's just the type of guy he is. He will eject you. So don't do anything to compromise the team. I get it's the playoffs. Things get said, things get heated, but you got to dial it back a little bit because this ref, he's something else. Now I seen like a fake graphic going around like we never won with him. Not true. I actually believe we won more games with him than lost. Now again, the Washington game was but I think like since 2022, I could be off. We like 2-1, 3-1 when Shawn Smith, asked the ref. It's just that I don't like the way he called games, and Eagles just gotta stay on their toes. All right. And let's talk about Jalen Hurts before we get into the actual topics. He gave a special shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. Super random, but he gave a special shout out to Quinyon Mitchell for getting his first pick on his Twitter, on his Instagram. Jalen Hurts, when I say barely post. So it was just a rare post. I'm like, what the heck? But shout out to Quinyon Mitchell getting that Jalen Hurts post, man. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell, right? So the injury report came out, and it's a healthy injury report. Let's be honest. A lot of people rest. We know Nakobe Dean's on IR, but to be this far and really lose Nakobe Dean and Brandon Graham, yeah, it sucks. Trust me, it does. But to only have like those two guys really missing, and we still got all the pieces. We still one of the healthiest teams in the playoffs. So again, this team is completely healthy. I know a lot of people was freaking out when AJ Brown wasn't on the field for practice. But he spoke about it and he said he's feeling good. It seemed like the Eagles are doing the same treatment with his knee, just being very cautious. And this is what he had to say about playing Sunday.
How did the knee feel after the game? And I know you weren't at practice today. Was that same as last week, just managing it?
Yeah, I felt fine after the game. Came out clean and just all a part of the plan. I'll be out there tomorrow. So.
Did you feel like yourself out there on Sunday, or did you feel like the knee impacted you at all?
No, I was fine, moving around fine. I was open and I was cool.
How does the plan come together?
So all good, all good. The injury report is fine, all right? So let's hop into these topics, man, while we talk about the injury report, A.J. Brown. Let's start with A.J. Brown. So A.J. Brown, again, taking a lot of heat for reading the book on the sideline. And he had a few words to say about the guys with the negative comments.
There's been a lot of reaction to you reading the book on the sideline. It's #1 on Amazon now. Just what's your reaction to, I guess, all the craziness about it?
A lot, but none of that stuff really matters. I'm gonna continue to be myself. I'm not pretending. It's not a facade or anything. Who cares who don't like it? I'm a 3-time All-Pro. Yes, I'm gonna pop my shit. That's just what it is. That is what it is, and I do that for myself. I don't care nobody. Like, I'm not a distraction. So most importantly, I go out there and do my job. So all the other shit, it don't matter.
Are you ever surprised about the influence you have, though?
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit, A.J. Brown. And I'm happy to hear him talk about this because usually A.J. Brown is very humble about his numbers, about the things he do. But like, bro, I'm a 3-time All-Pro. I put it out on the field. So don't criticize me the things I do to keep me calm and composed. If this is what's working, it's working. Like, bro, don't question me. Don't. Bro missed 4 games and still made the All-Pro list. Missed 4 games. And I think a game he got taken out of, and we know we had games where we just really leaned on the run game and barely used A.J. Brown. FYI, the first playoff game, I'm just saying, A.J. Brown is a different guy. I've been saying that since he came to Philadelphia, and when a lot of people was questioning it, like, who is A.J. Brown? Why would y'all pick him up out of all these? I'm like, A.J. Brown is the one. He's the one. And it's funny how as time went on, Cowboys fans keep saying, oh, if Dak had AJ, or these other fans keep saying, if this guy and this guy had AJ, then when AJ was in Tennessee, y'all didn't even consider him a top 10. There was only a few of us like AJ is the one. Get him a good quarterback, good offensive coordinator, easily the one. And now look, A.J. Brown, to me, is still the best receiver in the league. I know a lot of people go with Justin Jefferson, but in my personal opinion, A.J. Brown is the best receiver. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just saying, because Devontae Smith is a I would say top 15, top 10-ish wide receiver, but A.J. Brown is just a different guy. Different. And if he get a ring, I mean, Hall of Fame, that's what we're talking about with A.J. Brown. So he's a different guy. And again, A.J. Brown usually play humbled and calm about his stats, about the things he do on the field. So he had to let y'all know, like, who he is. He had to let y'all know who he is, man. He's a different dude. Different. But speaking of different guys, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is getting pressed by the media about his stats. And I can't believe the stat thing is a big thing right now because we've seen what he did all through the season. Yeah, he'll have a game where as though he's being conservative, not trying to turn the ball over and win the game. But then he'll have games like, okay, it's time for me to take over. I can do that. Look at the Steelers game. They sold out on a run. I mean, he beat the dog shit out of the Steelers with his arm. So he can do it, but why are we harping on this? This is the playoffs, bro. We winning games. That's what literally matters right now. That's what literally matters. The stats literally don't matter. Hell, if we win the Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts threw for 60 yards, I'm celebrating like a motherfucker. Yes, I am. Yes. If he threw for 60 yards, 1 touchdown, and threw the ball 6 times, I am celebrating the same way. Now, if it's week 5 and he threw for 60 yards, 1 touchdown, we win the game. Now we like, okay, here's some things like we just got to get this passing game going. Now, this is win or go home. Win by all means necessary. And he was asked about it. He like, I mean, look, nobody haven't really slowed down this offense. We either beat you with the run, the pass, but at the end of the day, it's about winning. He said something in that matter, like on winning the playoff game, bro. Green Bay Packers are going home. We not. What's up with this obsession with throwing the ball? Look at the Chargers. They had a extreme obsession with throwing the ball. You know what happened? 4 picks by Justin Herbert. Just saying. So I trust Jalen Hurts, man. That's all let me say. I trust Jalen Hurts. He's all about winning. And let's get into this last topic. Zack Baun. Zack Baun spoke about the Nakobe Dean injury, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, my heart breaks for that situation. But he's a tough guy, and when he went down on the field, I thought it was just like a little tweak of his ankle or something. The way he was able to hold it in emotionally, and the whole time he knew what was going on. It's credit to that guy, and he's going to work his tail off to get back. And this team is going to miss him. He's a leader on this defense and for this team.
Sad situation, man. It's just really, really sad, you know. Zack Baun and Nakobe Dean both came, into this season with something to prove. Zack Baun had to prove like he deserves to be in the NFL, and Nakobe Dean had to prove like he's that guy. He could stay healthy. He could play a full season, which he did play a full regular season. He got hurt again, and he was having one hell of a season. Hell, you could have really made a case that Kobe Dean could have backed into the Pro Bowl. Not all pro, but he was on his way. And I always said this too. The defense is great, it's phenomenal from top to bottom. But the real glue was the linebackers, and Zack Baun and the Kobe Dean really changing life because we seen bad linebacker play. Trust me, Eagles fans, we seen it. But they brought a new life. And you just seen the difference in the defense with those two. Now, whoever it is, Trotter Jr. or over in Burks, yes, Matthew Stafford is going to try to attack those guys. We'll see how that work out. I think Vic Fangio know this. They will try to attack the weakness, and now that'll be the backup linebacker. But again, I trust Vic Fangio. But again, back to Nakobe Dean, it really do suck, and it's good to hear a guy like Zack Baun speak about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Zack Baun speaking on Nakobe Dean. How we feel about like Shawn Smith and stuff like that? Nick Sirianni. Again, shout out to Bet US for sponsoring this video. And this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.